process would be that you all, that the governor and the General Assembly appointed some of the very best talent in the state of North Carolina and put this committee together called the Hazardous Waste Management Board, Commission rather. And then after the site was sited, or the facility was sited, you all would just kind of fly back home, and the facility would be monitored by pertinent state agencies. Isn't it a feeling that you're putting a lot of liability on the Hazardous Waste Management Commission members if they're going to, quote, monitor this? You might have been misquoting this paper, Darrell.
Let me see if I can say, I don't need that. I can tell you what I told Mr. Beach in the process. The commission is required by statute to assess the amount of waste that's out there, to look at where it's going, where it's coming from, and all of those things, as the commission is required to then make recommendations to the governor as to the facilities that should be authorized in North Carolina. That was part of the conversation that was being had at that point in time, and that requirement continues past building this facility. That requirement is an ongoing capacity requirement because North Carolina is required, has what's called a certificate of need. In order to build an additional facilities, the governor would have to authorize those facilities are needed. A way that he makes that authorization is by gathering data from the commission as one of the sources in which he receives information from. So the commission is required to continue to function as a monitor to evaluate the need that exists in the state.
Are they going to have the power, the inherent power to slap fines on these gentlemen over
No,
here if they violate?
this commission is always not a regulatory.
It's not going to be a regulatory
We can
commission.
shut him down if we want to.
I beg your pardon,
We
sir?
can shut him down if we want
You can actually shut him down.
And the way that would happen is that this commission, as owner of the facility, would be signator to the permit and could withdraw its signature from the process. And that's the only regulatory authority, if you want to call that regulatory authority, that this commission has.
Well, if we get such slow response, I mean, you're talking, you know, on May 7th, 200 gallons of fuel, diesel fuel, 619 pounds of acetone went belly up in Falls Lake. And it took the state approximately 4 hours to dispatch emergency tugs up here. And the situation we had Monday week and all that, how in the world can y'all depend on the Division of Environmental Management or Hazardous Waste Management, Mr. Myers' agency, to be on top of things? And aren't y'all
That's
going?
why those 5 things we're asking to appropriate.
Yeah, the General Assembly's not in a real giving mood now, Ms. Oden. What if they don't create this thing
I
and fund it? You know, we're still
They
depending on the
created
same
this
state agency
commission.
that.
Listen to my
Yes, ma'am.
argument, please. They created this commission, they created the agreement, and they also have a responsibility to see that the people of the area in which the incinerator and its adjacent complex is located are protected. And the only protection they can give them is through 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week monitoring by the regulatory agencies, the people that are charged by EPA and the federal government to look at it. That is the whole purpose of that, and we must have that bill.
Oh, excuse me, this young man has some motivation, and
I'm not giving you a-
I don't think he's through yet, and I do want him to finish his doing that.
May I just inject one comment before you? My comment is that if I lived here and it took 44 days for emergency response, I'd be concerned about it too. Now, I would certainly want to know from the state were there extenuating circumstances, what caused the 4 days delay. But I'd be concerned about that. It seems to me, I don't know a thing about emergency response. It seems like a long time.
I think what it is, Doc, they just don't have any resources.
Say
They
the
don't have
thing
any-
that created the current budget, you know.
They don't
They
have
just
any
don't have
resources,
any
they don't have any
people and
manpower.
money.
I mean, I think they're good people, they just don't have any resources or manpower at all, Doc.
It's also the same people that are gonna be looking at these guys' operations, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Environmental management.
Yes.
Division of Environmental Management, you know, we all of a sudden this big puff of black smoke comes out, we call them 4 days later, they come over, smoke's gone.
They're good people, they just have absolutely no resources or manpower. And, I mean, you know what, it's a bad situation to be in.
Security,
you know.
that problem.
You can't rely on EPA to back you up, because they're relying on the state to do it.
It's my understanding also